Going on, man? This is ENigma.
Yeah, this is ENigma, and this is Enigmas Unchained. So all of a sudden, that's where we get into the Josstice League.
I've only watched this movie once.
I watched it more. I bought it because I didn't go to the theater to do it, and it just literally sits there in this bright colors taunting me. On my collection. I don't want to throw it away because I paid money for it.
I showed you that picture I took the other day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just taunts me, man. I'm like, you hate
$5 bid, man.
Yeah, it's on the $5 bid, but I paid like $20 for it when it first came out, so I'm not getting. I just can't part with it. I'm like, you know what? Even though I hate you, and you stare at me daily, mocking me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna keep you in this collection because I can't throw you away. I just can't do it yet. And then if I need like fresh motivation to really like write or something like that, I'll pop in Josstice League and just watch it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, how in the world did this sucker get the Avengers movie? And going back and watching the Avengers movie on that note, Avengers movie is not that good. You know what I'm saying? Like it really was not a good movie. I mean, like there's so many plot holes in the first movie. The dude is a master of plot holes. You know what I'm saying? Like him and the Russos, man, they love plot holes. They're like, oh, we ain't got the fans ain't gonna think about that. Like
they know how to hide them.
Yeah, they ain't even try to hide them no more. We got an end game. That was like, you know, here they go.
Just throw some CGI in it. That'll cover the plot holes.
Big CGI. Michael Bay it up. You know what I'm saying? So now we get the Josstice League. So, you know, like this versus the Snyder Cut. Because like we jumping into the Snyder Cut now. The Josstice League versus Snyder Cut. First impressions when you watched the Snyder Cut after you saw the Josstice League. Like, what were you like? Like, what was your first reaction? Like, what scene was it that you were like, wait a minute? You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to me. Like what hit you when you got done watching the Snyder Cut?
There was a lot more cohesion in it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you actually understood why this scene was this scene and that scene was that scene. Like Josstice League was cut, like it was butchered. It was cut up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
he asked for an additional $300 million to do that. Do you know that?
What?
He got it too. They gave him money to do it.
But there was like scenes completely shot.
Yeah, like he went back and reshot multiple shots. You know what I'm saying? And
just to get a different angle.
Just to get a different angle, and to make sure. And this is just, I'm just being real about the situation. If you are graphically upset about this statement, don't get mad at me. Go look up Joss Whedon and his track record from Buffy to now, and you will understand what I'm about to say about this freaking creep. So he went back into Zack Snyder's movie, got Gal Gadot to come back to give booty shots and to put Flash in her chest. Let that and to make Aquaman fawn over like having sex with her while they were sitting in the doggone airplane. Mm-hmm. Let that sink in. Those are three of the scenes that he got $300 million to do. He added those three scenes. I was like, you really?
I found out something too. I can't remember where I saw it, but somebody said that scene whenever Flash falls on her chest and everything, she was uncomfortable with that scene. Yes. She didn't want to do it. So what he did was he got her stunt double to do that, and then he just kept filming her reaction shot.
Yeah,
she didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, so go back to Avengers 1.
Same thing with Scarlet Witch.
It's the same thing. With 1 and 2, had her do that very unnecessarily uncomfortable relationship with Bruce Banner. This is a track record that we got with this dude. He did it with Alias. I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of Alias with our homeboy Brian. Remember Mitchell? You know what I'm saying? We was in because he watched it. And I was like, this show is trash. The you know what I'm saying? Buffy the Vampire.
Alias,
yeah, like Alias had Jennifer Garner.
I know I had Jennifer Garner in it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the show is about either. I just know she changed her hair or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, but I was like, okay, she got different hair in every episode. Who cares? But you know, Buffy the Vampire had lots of glaring issues when it came to how he did females in the shows. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this dude has a track record of doing this to females. Why in the world?
Dollhouse.
Oh my goodness, bruh.
And what's so bad about it too is like everybody like for many years they try to like claim he was like the voice of like pushing female actors to the front. He was
the ally or something like
that. They said the same thing about Harvey Weinstein. One of them heifers called him God. No. Like I'm not. Look it up. Well, if I forget, she's like freaking. She's a huge star too. Meryl Streep. It was some one of them. Called that sucker God. I'm not even lying to you. She called that sucker God. So you take that to the bank. Joss Whedon has been patrolling around Hollywood, literally defiling females for like 30 years. And he was left unchecked. Got the Justice League. Man, Gal Gadot is a actual soldier. Like let's not get this twisted now. She's an actual trained soldier. She's a monster. If you've seen her fight in real life, she is a monster. She could destroy a dude. she ain't nobody to mess with. You took her and you did that to her? I just you don't understand how much I don't like Joss Whedon. His Justice League felt like homeboy walked in. He felt like how people feel with John Walker. With the new Falcon and Winter Soldier. It felt like I saw the original copy and then somebody just walked in and said that I'm the original copy. That's me now. That's me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm the original guy. You're not anymore. And then just kind of like just did his own thing and act like, well, you know, I thought we were brothers, you know, because we did everything together. And it's like, you don't even know. Yeah, so compounding those feelings with Justice League going in the Snyder cut, is there a particular scene that you was like, this is unfreaking acceptable? like was there a scene you like, why in the world did this get cut?
The opening scene. Like literally like the opening scene, like the flashback with Superman, like that was beautifully done.
That was gangster. Yeah.
That was like that kind of like slow kind of panorama.
Yeah, that was showing the echo of his voice across the planet.
Yes, that was man, everything was Cyborg.
Yeah,
everything.
Bro. Oh
yeah. Anybody else?
Flash.
Yeah.
Let me ask, who was over the Aquaman movie?
James Wan. James Wan was over the Aquaman.
Yeah, the Asian guy.
Yeah. He shouldn't have had that movie. No offense to him, because that Aquaman in that movie and Zack Snyder's was a far more interesting Aquaman. Like just the one who's pretty much just done with the world, and he's like, but then his hope once again, it's the same. The whole theme of these 3 movies was hope, which is the House of L. You know what I'm saying? It's dealing with hope, how we had all these hopeless people. You know, Wonder Woman was divorced from the whole world. She was like, whatever. I tried this. I'm done. And 84 came out and ruined that perception. I don't know why they did a doggone 84 movie, but they could have just went forward. We ain't gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? It was stupid. So then you also got Batman, who like just literally hit a low because he lost his son. Now, like, Dick Grayson, I mean, I think it was Jason Todd. Was confirmed, I think it was but no, it was Dick Grayson. I think it was Dick Grayson.
I don't think they actually confirmed it, but I think there was something like an Easter egg with Dick Grayson's grave. I
think it's Dick Grayson. You know what I'm saying? So he lost his son. You know what I'm saying, to the Joker. The dude done lost all hope. You got Wonder Woman lost all hope. Aquaman has been pretty much in between 2 worlds his whole life, and we got a better view of that in Snyder cut. You know, like and his relationship with Falcon was what's the dude name? The foe played him. I forget his name.
Like Falco, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like Falco or something. But like how homeboy threw the dog on Titan at his feet, like do the dog thing.
You gotta be a man sometimes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, do the thing your mama said, sucker. Come and take the throne. I ain't doing nothing. You gonna take this dog and try it, though. I'm Defoe, goddamn it. You ain't gonna try.
You never seen my movies? I was a Green Goblin.
Boko. Yeah, Boko. Look, where the phone? Like, look, don't you make me go Green Goblin in the DC movie? You better not even try me, sucker. I will flip on you. You know, so you gonna take this?
John Wick too.
Yeah, John Wick.
John Wick.
So that dude was everything. It's like
how many people died John Wick?
It's like sucker, just take this dog and try it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, take this try and do be a man. You know what I'm saying? But it was real. You know, every single one of them, even like Barry Allen, like you said, in this sense, you know, like Josh Whedon took him and made him into a certified weeb. Like,
oh God,
certified weeb, no redemptive qualities at all.
They made him a K-pop fan.
They really, yeah,
they did.
They actually changed the screen. I'm like, why would you change the screen up? That don't even make sense.
The whole thing with Barry Allen and the Joss Whedon thing was like they basically tried to make him Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes, actually they tried to make him Josh Whedon from his actual life.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and that's actually was a lot of the stuff was like actually Josh Whedon just it'd be cool if you actually like this and like this because I like those things. They actually thought about that before. So it's Josh Whedon's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh Whedon also tried to pull Cavill. You know, so while he was doing Mission Impossible, it was just like the dude's like, I'm doing Mission Impossible right now, and they're paying me stupid money
to keep this mustache.
To keep my mustache up, man. Well, you know, you just come in and film a couple of things. And I'm like,
we'll CGI that mustache out. We got the best artists working on
$300 million, baby. $300 million. We'll do a whole new lip. I'm like. No. Yeah,
like all the scenes with Cyborg and I think Cyborg and Flash's relationship in the Snyder Cut is so much better. Yes. Because like and people can say what they say about Ezra Miller, but dude, like I've genuinely felt like he was concerned about Cyborg when he talked to him. Like he talked to him like a person that could that doesn't know how to react when somebody loses a family member. Yeah, he's just kind of like, are you all right?
Yeah.
Like that's general concern. Like I felt that.
Yeah, facts.
Everything like that whole team. Like, there's a whole segment like the part right after they resurrected Superman, right before they go to Steppenwolf. That whole moment when they kind of had that little bit of downtime when they're prepping and getting ready. That whole scene is so genuine. Like these people feel like they care about each other. Like even Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Like his whole dude just lost his father. I don't know. And he's like, I thought you didn't care. So I never said that.
I never said that. You know what I'm saying? That's saying like that version of him, he's just a freaking douchebag. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a jerk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it doesn't mean he ain't got a heart. You know, scene, even the scene before that when they were at Superman's grave, and they did just such a good dynamic pairing of Diana, who's in the Amazon, and Arthur or Jason Momoa, but Arthur Aquaman, who is Atlantean, who both of them came from the same pantheon. So
natural enemies.
Yeah, they're natural enemies only because it was family before all this stuff happened, before they fell into the sea. You know what I'm saying? So like when he said something, and when she said something, he said, "Oh, we say that too." And he was like, and I was like, "That's dope," because it showed you that their cultures were not so severely different. It's just that one went into the water and yours stayed on the island, but it's the same folk. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope. And then like Cyborg and Flash conversation, Flash talking about you think that she, you know, if I got a shot, you know what I'm saying? Think I got a shot, you
think she digs younger guys?
Cyborg's like 5,000 years old, bro. We all
every guy for young guy.
I was like, that's a real moment. Like I was like,
that humor.
Yeah,
say if it's a hoop, I'm gonna shoot.
I think like dude, like when you. Even when you watch the Snyder Cut, it's like it feels. You know, me and you talked about it, Trevor. Like when I watched the Snyder Cut, I felt Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's one thing I like about the Lord of the Rings trilogy. When you watch it, it's like this shit is serious.
It's epic.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like in a way where, just imagine if we were doing something. If you know. The world is banking on you. This is it. This is true Endgame.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you watch, as soon as it comes on, Superman screams the mother box shakes and you see the little glimpses of dark side.
Yeah.
Like you're scared.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this dude, and that's kind of like when you say the Jocelyn effect. It's like they took that from Thanos though. They took that, and that's why I hate about the Avengers stuff, that they took that from Thanos.
Yeah.
Because they purposely came in and depowered Thor and Hulk.
They did.
But he couldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't be as menacing as he was supposed to be.
Yep.
Like, so that's why I always had an issue with him fighting Tony.
Yep.
I'm like, there's no world, in no universe do Tony and Cap fight Thanos. I'm sorry. I get it. He's Captain America. We in America. And he's Tony Stark, but no, that's not his. They can be there, but that's not their fight. That's not their fight.
There's not a juice or a ceremony on the planet Earth that can make Captain America strong enough to fight doggone Thanos. And
two hammers.
That sucker could be commanding like powers from the sun. It wouldn't matter because like Thanos is a mutant on his own planet. So like that's something, and because we didn't have no mutants, it couldn't talk about that. This is another issue I got with MCU. The eradication of mutants. You know, like, and I appreciate one of Vision because she might actually be able to slide it in there, but at the same time, it's like the story dictated that plot armor had to be buried. I mean, like Tony Stark got like 17 layers of plot armor. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was my issue with the MCU. You know what I'm saying? But when I watched DC, I didn't feel no plot armor. I mean,
like these dudes are dangerous. Like this ain't no, like when you see Darkseid, like this dude is dangerous.
Yeah, fact.
Like this is no, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, this is no normal showdown. Like when they go to the flashback, and this is why Darkseid being there, and it's one of my biggest complaints I had with Steppenwolf was he wasn't menacing enough when Superman got there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you see in Darkseid fight, like this dude is fighting gods.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? The gods felt enough to know to say we need to come down for whatever mountain we on. Or this dude is gonna destroy the whole planet.
I mean, so I had one dude on Facebook.
You know what I'm saying? That's how threatening Darkseid is.
Yes,
that's like us being here and Jesus and God come down.
Yeah, it's like
you know
what chance you got?
We gotta.
I hope your soul right.
It's this. You got no chance. Just go ahead and play Vince McMahon music as your theme song. It's done. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got. No, but on the real think about this though. Think about this. So I had one dude on Facebook try and shine on me. And he ended up staring at the sun that I got done in his behind because I was like, oh, sucker, you don't shine on me on this because I'm gonna tell you behind it with some logic. He talked about, well, Darkseid didn't even do anything. He got waxed the first time he showed on the screen. All right, so homie, consider the field, okay? Consider the field that's fighting Darkseid. The field is literally every single Greek god.
I mean,
you got King Arthur on the field with Excalibur, representing the tribes of men, and you got all of the African and Asian tribe, which is of course Josstice lead cutting them out because he don't like minority folk. Every single minority scene was cut out of Josstice League. Just let this as a fun fact. So you got all these. I mean, that dude. Look, the roster was stacked against on Darkseid. Okay, you got Zeus out there literally just hurling lightning at suckers. You got doggone on what was it? Demeter was it Demeter? What's the chick name? That's the archer. Artemis. Artemis out there. Artemis out there just whacking. She had just she killing the. I was like, oh my goodness. And then Ares, the god of war. This sucker put an X in Darkseid. You telling me that these suckers that be resting on Mount Olympus can't wax Darkseid? And it took all of them.
Think about it. You gotta think about it. Like in that playing field, like people like let me give you some scale.
The Green Lantern. I forgot.
They're right. Let me put some scale in this now. Like when people say we're just Ares, like you gotta think about it. On that playing field, he got all the tribes of men, the Atlanteans, all the gods, he feeds off war. He feeds off war.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? So like when he kicks Darkseid, I've been right. You know, I'll be right. I've been. Don't get me wrong. I've been cracking jokes about 2 weeks now. But yeah, that's the way that's written for him. Is like that's like a global war that he been desiring.
Yeah,
that's probably what turned him bad. Yeah, after he felt all that energy. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel that again. I need
to feel this feeling again. It was like crack, bro. It was like I need it again, man. Where's the dark side?
But you know, I blame. And then here's the crazy part. Now, that's younger Darkseid. Yeah, they don't even have the Omega beams there.
I had to mess a dude. I said that wasn't even Darkseid. That was EunC's.
Right. That was, you see what I'm saying? Like that was like, yo, now, like that's some scary shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole planet fight younger Darkseid, and he don't even have his Omega beams. Oh man!
All he had was an axe. That's all he had. He was like, "I'm just gonna go in here and go ham."
That goes back to what Bobby said earlier, man. Everybody thinks, you know, everything's supposed to play out exactly like a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Like I said, action comedy. You know what I'm saying? No stakes. And even with Infinity War, and I told folk this, man. I'll stand by this. The only great Marvel Avengers movie is Infinity War, only because the Thanos he was so adamant about finishing the job. He finished it. He actually felt like a threat. At no point in the first movie did Loki feel like a threat. At no point in Age of Ultron and Ultron feel like a goddamn threat. And
getting blown up.
Yeah, in Endgame, I was like, is this a CW show? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, is this did we just stumble upon CW Presents? You know what I'm saying? And we got like yeah, because like we used to watch Smallville. I love to mess out of Smallville when we were younger, but I don't want an Endgame to feel like Smallville.
All right.
Well, I'm saying ain't no villains though.
Yeah, and ain't no yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We were cheated out of that too, because the in-game Thanos isn't the Thanos that did all that damage.
Exactly. No, so they murdered the dude at the beginning of the movie stupidly, I might add. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dumb. You know what I'm saying? So like once again, the state, then you gonna go 5 years later, like nothing ain't really happened. You know what I'm saying? Now they're gonna try to act like, well, because of the blip, we want to go back there. You could have just rested in 5 years and done excellent stories. Fantastic Four could have been introduced. All these other folk could have been introduced in a 5-year gap. And then you could do the stuff later on, like 2023, like literally 2023. You know what I'm saying? And do something, with it later on. But no. You're gonna skip that. You gonna just
we gotta finish this contracts up, bro.
Too much money.
Robert Downey Jr. asking too much money.
Yeah, he won $100 million, like almost for everything now. So but like on a real, like the movie, it felt like there was an imminent threat, and you had no way of winning. And it felt like Lord of the Rings starts like that. It's like, look, we got this ring. If this sucker is the ring, this dude is waking up. And if he wakes up, we screw. And then you see the darkness crawling across the sky. And every single movie, it gets further and further along. And it was like in the books too. You felt the darkness crawling around with the sunlight began to feel like it was nighttime. That was a quote from the books. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch this doggone movie, it felt like you had a countdown. Steppenwolf was strong enough. And that's what I appreciate about the movie. He was strong enough to be a threat to everybody but Superman. And I think that was, as weird as that was, I do appreciate that at the same time, because you need Superman to be that strong at the same time. He needs to be that strong. Wonder Woman was fighting on equal footing with Steppenwolf. I think that's fair. I mean, that's me. I mean, I'm just big, because I think Atlanteans and Amazon should be the same strength.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me. So I thought her and Aquaman, like literally fighting what they did lives to keep it. And that was to me the best part of that fight, was like homeboy trying to get the sideboard, and you saw the lasso, and she's just trying to pull the sucker back down. I was like, yes. It felt like there was stakes. Like it's like, and the fact that they actually let it happen at the end of the movie, they actually let the mother boxes unite. I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this,
Yeah, that's pretty shocking, man.
Yeah, I was like, it actually, and they showed us what happens. And then we got that doggone
epilogue, man.
No. I'm talking about the Flash. Flash scene.
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That was another thing I was like mad about them cutting, because that was some of the effects in that scene was beautifully done. Every footstep, the ground came back. The lightning was creating the light poles.
Yes, that joint.
The music.
It was dynamic. I mean, like I was, this feels like one dude I watched. His name is Eric July. Young Ripper 99, I think is his name on YouTube. Good dude. If you want to like watch a comic book head, give it to you straight. And he was like, he said this like on his review. He was like, look, man, he said, if every movie after this don't match this epicness for a comic movie, don't make it. Because I felt like I was sitting here watching it and I'm like, I'm like literally stopping the movie to see how much time I got left. I ain't done that since Lord of the Rings.
You know, it didn't feel like it was. It didn't feel like it was 4 hours when you actually were watching.
It didn't.
You know
what I'm saying? Like I was happy. I'm like, I'm like, okay, I see. We just got 2 hours left. Okay, great. I'm like keep going. You know what I'm saying? So
I did that. I did that earlier in the movie, like around the Commissioner Gordon part, like because like they were doing the parts. I thought. Remember that they were originally talking about there was going to be like a 4-part epic at one time. They're going to do that. So I thought when it said when it said part 1, part 2, part 3, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm 3 hours in. Yeah. I just said, well, how the hell are they going to wrap all this up? He's like, we just now getting to Commissioner Gordon. Like, so I was like, so I paused and I was like, oh, okay, good. I got 2 more hours. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I was always okay with that. You know, so I was perfectly fine with it. I'm like, I'm not angry about you giving me a long movie. Who says that?
I mean, we're a generation that grew up on Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, I mean,
we turned Lord of the Rings into a blockbuster that would never happen back in the day. A 3-hour long movie,
3.5 hours.
All 3 of them.
3.5 hours.
All three of them became blockbusters and success.
Yeah,
and we wanted more when they did the extended cuts.
Well, get this though. Godfather movies were doggone long movies. Great movies though. But they're long movies. Nobody complained about that, right? It ain't happening until we got old MCU coming up in here with these 80-minute movies. You know what I'm saying? Like these action comedy movies. They ruined the formula because they had to do their stupid formula for comic book movies, where it's like 90% comedy, 10% action. You know what I'm saying? And that's I think that ruined the pot because now we got Avengers movie where it feel like you're watching Dawson's Creek. And you get like maybe one good fight in it, and it's mostly motion blurs or CGI, and that's considered a epic movie. And I'm like, this is not a freaking epic movie. Like this is a. Yeah,
but movies like this, man, movies like this can get away with being that long. Like, you know, if we go back to like what was cut, what was taken out, you look at what they did with Cyborg, man. Like Cyborg stuff was so fleshed out, it could almost in itself been like a standalone movie.
Facts.
And like they built it from like, you know, from like straight up from beginning to end. It was built and done the right way, especially with him and his relationship with like his parents. And if you actually look at it, Cyborg was really, I won't say the only hero because Wonder Woman did it too, but he was one of the very few that actually helped people the moment he got his powers in a real way. Like he gave that woman help. That was real help. That changed her
gangster.
life.
Yeah, that was gangster. Gave her 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like that.
Yeah. I was thinking that, man, hey, help me out.
So you just won a lot of shit. I'm like that. That's a real reaction right there. I'm like looking around like let me go ahead and withdraw 4,000 real quick.
For the take it back, you know. But you know, I said this to the group, man. Going back to Joe, and, you know, I said it as a joke, but as you, whatever his name is, J Bob right now is what I'm calling him. J Bob, jackass.
I think I like Joe.
Name should not be spoken.
Joe. I think Joe to me feels like it's douchey enough for him to actually say that about himself, so we'll roll with that. Joe. Yeah, hit it.
You know, like I said it in the group as a joke, but literally, Cyborg had the power to manipulate all forms of oppression, currency, and war. And J Bob is like, bruh, I'm not letting you, as an African American, wield that type of energy. I'm not letting y'all do that. You know, you're not about to change none of these systems. It must stay in place.
I mean, like, Ice, you had something to say. Go ahead, brother. I'm not gonna take your spot. Go ahead, man.
You good, man. But it's like I told you the other day. MCU was basically is for the pop. Like they had all them pop moments. So it's that, the fact that they killed their villains by the end of every movie.
Zemo was the only one that made it out, and they threw that sucker into a TV show. He's the only one to make it out alive. And they're like, he might not survive this. Just be real. 6 episodes, but Zemo might get capped. You know what I'm saying? That's messed up. Yeah, I just said that. I'm like, he gets capped, he gets capped and capped. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Continue. Yeah. Dang. That's ridiculous. Oh.
And then my biggest point was the fact that what people wanted was the DC MCU.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. They wanted action. They wanted action comedies. They didn't want to think about anything. They just want to come in the movies and say, "Oh, look at how Superman flies through the sky." And I'm like, "No, Superman has always been a complex character."
Yeah.
People are like, "Well, no, he's not." I'm like, the dude is literally a walking god on a planet where, as long as he's there, he can live for 1,000 years. Literally 1,000 years.
All the DC heroes are gods.
Yeah,
they're all gods.
It's always based on the pantheon. Like that. That's the whole Age of Heroes situation. They're talking about the pantheon. You know what I'm saying?
I saw. There's a movie review guy I watch on YouTube named Jeremy Johns. And he did that. He talked about how, like, he said that this movie literally is like their rite of passage to being the new gods.
Yes.
Like their mythology. He said, because even back when he was a kid, he called that. But the thing is Warner Brothers is a reactionary studio.
Yep.
They see what other studios are trying to do and they try to copy that. They want to do that instead of doing their own thing.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, Disney's making all this money. Well, we should be making this money, so let's do what Disney's doing.
Ubisoft.
The Ubisoft yeah. It's like you remember that episode of Dave Chappelle where he was in customer service, and they're like wow, I said, you know why you're not getting the extra Snyderverse? Cause you, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
I am the manager B.
That's the print company.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're like, look, you know what I'm saying? You know why you're not getting it? Because who cares what you want? You know what I'm saying? They're like
it's infuriating because they're wanting to play, their PRs want to play this whole idea that they're open to the idea of a multiverse, that they're wanting to do a multiverse. So you can tell any story you want now. Like, you can have multiple Batman movies out now. But they immediately, at the success of this movie, they're already shutting the door on it. And you got a whole platform of like people wanting to continue this universe. And you could do it on HBO Max.
Yeah,
but they're like, no. Zack Snyder got to finish his trilogy. That's it. No, Zack Snyder had a 5-part motion epic that he was trying to tell.
Yep. Yeah,
it's not a trilogy.
He already said at the end of the movie. Oh, go ahead. I saw somebody else. So go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, but it just seems that way across the board, though. Like, it almost seems like what people want and what we're getting fed is two different things. It don't seem to line up well anymore. Like, like people want, they're cool with the movie being 3 or 4 hours. It's good, but then it's like, then somebody in the PR is like saying, well, nobody will watch a 4-hour movie.
Lies.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right. So it's like, even with this movie right here, if I'm in Warner Brothers, I'm like, well, shit, if they want it, give it to them. Like, why do I not like money? Like, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, like,
unless they got a lot of like stock in like cryptocurrencies or something.
Right. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be, egging it on. Like, oh, y'all got 1 million tweets. Let's see, can y'all get 1.5? Let's see, can you get I'll ride the hype. I'll ride the hype with the fans. Like, okay, this is what y'all want. I'm glad y'all liked it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this momentum going and let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
But it's like, it's the opposite.
Yep.
Like, the fans are like, yo, this is the money. And it's like, y'all like that? Well, here goes Suicide Squad.
Here's Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah,
like
19. No, there's gonna be Wonder Woman 89 next or something like that. They ain't gonna.
No, 85.
No,
they're gonna stretch this out. 85.
On the real, though. On the real, think about this though. Think about this, and this has been one of my beefs with Marvel too. Stranger Things dropped, right? I don't like Stranger Things. I go on record. I don't like the show at all. I don't care about the show. The show adds nothing to nothing to me. I'm just like, okay, a bunch of chaps cussing. Wow, whoop-de-doo. We had Goonies for that.
South Park.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, South Park. You know, so I was like, this is not anything new. Watching kids curse is not hip. It's not even. Well, the story. What story? They find an alien chick and there's an upside down world. Cute. We've had at least 17 different shows and movies that did the exact same thing with kids in it too. So screw your show. Because of Stranger Things and the fascination with the 80s, we then got Taika Waititi on crazy stuff, did Thor Ragnarok in the 80s, and I hated that movie. But there's a fascination with the 80s. For some reason, in this particular the era that we in right now. So now everything's in retro color. You know, even like Cobra Kai, as much as I like it, you know, I say Cobra Kai also dipped into the 80s because that movie's from the 80s. So they dipped back into the well of the music and all the weird colors, and you know, they dipped back into the 80s. And then, but I see that thing and I'm like, they only did Wonder Woman in those colors because it was the 80s.
Because Thor Ragnarok was a success.
Because Thor Ragnarok was a success and they pulled the 80s theme. And honestly, that movie does not deserve that success. It, to me, is the most atrocious version. It gave me comedy Thor. And I don't like comedy Thor. I was going to say, like, I guess everybody else likes him. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to take that away from you. But I don't like comedy Thor. I don't like Thor literally spitting on his own legacy. I don't like that version of Thor. I'm like, okay, so all his people just pretty much being thrown up in this. It's just a laughing thing. You just throw a little device on him, and literally the gag is that he's a god, and you can like literally shock him almost to death. And
the god of thunder.
The god of thunder with something that shocks him to death. This does not work for me, because to me it's like you're ridiculing me as a fan, because like anything like that in the comic books fed him energy.
But see, the thing with Thor, you know, going off rails here a little bit, there's so many points where he is unworthy, which leads up into what they're trying to do with Love and Thunder. But even if you go back into,
I'm sorry, every time I hear that name, I'm irritated because I was like, Taika.
Bro, they're continuing the 80s theme.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And the thing about Thor, like, okay, so if Asgard is destroyed, you know, even if you use half of what Thor is in the comic books, he's going to be king.
Well, he's not now because now the girl's the king. What was her name? Tessa Thompson.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Yeah, Valkyrie is the king.
But that was stupid, though.
It was stupid.
It's something I would have done. It's not the creative direction I would have went. And I understand the MCU is different from the comic books. You know, we've established that,
which is their problem. But it's their problem.
Bro,
but
if you want to give the mantle, if you want to give the mantle of Thor to somebody else, you don't have to follow the exact line word for word that the comic books does, but build Thor up to be something. Build Thor up to be powerful. I don't want. You know, I had two burritos Thor. You know, I don't want Fortnite Thor. I want like a strong Thor, and as he's that powerful, man, you know, make him unworthy. Let him do something crazy, like, you know, you go back to mythology and the dude get drunk and accidentally kill somebody. You know, take it from something of that nature.
Like in the comic books, Nick Fury whispered, quote unquote, something in his ear, and he became unworthy.
Yeah, he became unworthy, just like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he became unworthy, and he became Odinson.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Like he refused to call himself by his original name. He called himself Odinson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like go ahead.
I hate the idea that, like, with the way Thor Ragnarok ends, you know, they kind of play up the whole idea, you know, the hammer wasn't what made him the god of thunder. It was with him the whole long. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to be playing, like, they're passing it on to female Thor, and they brought the hammer back in Endgame.
Look, man.
He needed the hammer in Endgame.
So pause for a second. There is no hammer, remember? Because Captain America took it back to his original spot. Plot hole. So it's like, how in the world do you get me on there now? And if you say that they just made another one, that's another plot hole.
Right?
So Stormbreaker is the one that Thor has, but in the comic books, Jane Foster's Thor had me on there.
Yeah,
she had the hammer. So how are you getting the hammer back?
Well, I mean, if you dig deep into it, Cap goes back. So there's an actual version of Cap that watched all the stuff that happened between Cap being born. There's a Cap that watched Cap being born. that watched all the way through Endgame. It didn't never came out to say anything. Because that's the count they got. Remember, that's the count that was old.
Yes,
that where he spent the time with the woman. So over in the count literally watched all of it. So
Stills, now you playing Inception, but you're right though. But that was my problem. There's such a plot hole with that particular character that Steve Rogers ages that fast, and he got super soldier serum in his body.
Yeah, like, super soldier not supposed to do that.
Yeah, like he's supposed to get at least a good 200 before he start looking old.
Yeah, but for in the comics it malfunctioned. That's why he got old in the comics.
Yes, it malfunctioned. So I'm like he doesn't just get old because he's been right. He stays young. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bucky's not like
Bucky has been like put in cryogen poured out, and he doesn't look like he took any damage on his body, but going to cryo
other than his arm.
Out, other than his arm. You know what I'm saying? So which was snatched off before he got us.
Right.
but yeah, no, like, but you look at that whole situation there, it's like, how in the world we gonna get me on there though? Because like, right, they told us that this is all still following the continuity from Endgame, and that continuity. Mjolnir went back because Captain America took everything back. So do they break the continuity again?
They have to because Loki. Remember they mess up Loki's scene, and Loki gets to what you call mountain with it.
Yeah. So are they going to use Loki's timeline to go in and grab the Thor's hammer and bring it back to this thing because they need to make her Thor? That's what that was like. There are no stakes with Marvel, and that's my problem. It's like it feels like literally Martin Scorsese said it best. He said, "This is a theme park ride. This is a theme park ride of movies. You go there, you get a cheap thrill, and you leave. This is not cinema." And everybody got mad at Scorsese. You know, like Scorsese. This is like literally the godfather of the industry, and you gonna tell me he don't know what he talking about? Name me 7 bum movies that Scorsese has done. 5. I'll give you 5.
Well, I mean, it worked at first because a lot of that stuff got to pass because we haven't really ever seen a superhero movie in like that was caught up with technology.
Yes.
And we had, you know what I'm saying? So when we saw Iron Man and you see Avengers, and just being real, you're just happy to see the characters.
Yes,
and
no, you're right.
Cheap, you know what I'm saying? And I will give Marvel quick credit. The casting for them are like spot on. You know what I'm saying? Because them cat like that dude looks like Thor. He looks like Cap. It looks like Tony. So, but then it's like the first time we go into a theater, like, hey, we're cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we get to see superheroes that look like superheroes on a screen. Yeah. You know, but after about 3 or 4 years into it, there's no progression. You know, it didn't get better. It started like, you know, once you get the hype out of it, the high, you expect more. You expect more from the movies. You know, why they not doing this with the movie? And, you know, it just never got there. And then, I mean, one of my big beefs is, like, you know, I'm all for, me and you, Trey, we talked about this. Like, I'm all for strong diversity, females in the superhero roles. But, like, why can't you just use the ones you already have? Like it's kind of like disrespecting Scarlet Witch when she's there, but you basically trying to make a female Thor.
Yep.
I'm like, we don't really need to make female Thor.
Flat out disrespectful.
Right. You know, you got powerful females that's right there. Yep. You can build stories around. Just like I love the scene with Scarlet Witch is dealing with Thanos. Yeah. Because I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if she could only beat him, but I know she could tangle with him. Yeah. I mean, she put that sucker. That sucker was like rain down fire, and if it kills me, I don't care. He's like, right. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I just need you to beat this girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. The situation that we got with like Captain Marvel getting a move before Black Widow. Scarlet Witch getting pushed to the side because she was just being pushed to the side. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I'm like, I don't even want to, you know, say, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Because like it felt like it was being forced. Now, on the other hand, when we look at Snyder Cut, Wonder Woman is powerful. Yeah. From beginning to end. And yes, she may not have been more as powerful as Superman, but she was tangling with that sucker. You know what I'm saying? She was like, sucker, you ain't just going to headbutt me. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you just ain't going to headbutt me.
and it'd be all right. Nah, bro, you gonna cast these hands. So she was not, she wasn't no pushover. You know what I'm saying? And I also like the fact they didn't play up the relationship between Diana and Bruce. It was more like, it was subtle. It was so subtle. You know what I'm saying? That you could tell that they were somewhat attracted to each other, but it wasn't to the point where Josh Whedon had like homeboy sniffing up behind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Josh Whedon was freaking cancer on these movies.
It's like the DC animated universe relationship where they were kind of like, it was always, it was more for the fans. The fans kind of put it together.
Yep.
I don't think their intentions in the DC animated universe was to have them as like a potential relationship. It's just the fans were like, you ever notice Batman and Wonder Woman kind of always chilling together?
Yep.
It'd be kind of cute if they were a couple, wouldn't it? But DC animated universe never like, oh yeah, they're a couple.
Yeah, they implied it, and there were like lots of episodes. There was a couple episodes, especially in Justice League Unlimited. So they dealt with that and stuff like that. But it was like just that one scene that Snyder cut did. It was very respectful. I thought it was dope. It was like when they both reached for the mouse, and then they both kind of had like the like I'm sorry, I was like that's
it happens.
That's fair. I was like that was great, right? So now we got to the Flash scene and we like saw him do Flashpoint for the most part. Like he actually pulled back time. He pulled back time, got to Cyborg, charged that sucker up. They were able to break apart Unity and the mother boxes. And when they did that, it disconnected each one of them. They all died, right? Josstice League, he let them all stay alive. And I was like, God dang it. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting, I'm like, you can't just separate these again and put them back on the planet and they not be a problem. They need to die. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that like they actually dealt with that from the fact that Cyborg can actually kill them from the inside. Because he was made by them. It made more sense then versus it just being Superman pulling apart blocks. Which what they did in the Justice League. It was you just let them pull apart blocks and we can just hide them again. I'm like,
that was very shocking. You know what I mean? Because that's when you watch like the Josstice or whatever cut. Whatever it is. It can be crap. Yeah. What it is at this point, it don't even exist in my opinion. But if you look at it, that was so jarring. Actually, watching them fail.
Yes,
and just watching them just absolute fail,
utterly fail.
Man. Thing about it is the way they set it up. You almost forget about the Flash.
Yep.
You forget that he's out there running around. You forget
running in circles.
Exactly. You forget he even has the ability to go back that far. So that was very well done. I'll give props for that one.
And I like the fact that like literally it felt like if we don't do this, it is over. And watching Cyborg sweat on his human side, like literally sweating on his human side, crying out Barry. Not no intellectual banter, but just Barry. Like literally, come on. I can't do this much. And watching it, and then he's like, it's too late. And then you watch Superman disintegrate. You have to let that sink in. Superman disintegrated. Everybody else did too, but Superman did too. I was like, what type of ignorance is it? Well, which it fits the mother box though, because they break apart everything and you can rebuild. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the Unity is very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, my goodness. And then I said, Barry, once again, holding up the right hand. So y'all had to get the themes. Mm-hmm. Held up the right hand and stopped it, right? His whole body starts to vibrate. And he's like, you got to break the rule. You got to break the rule. I mean, it was dope to me because I think the casting for this, they just had him be Wally West. They just said, oh, it's Wally West versus it being Barry Allen. But I think that they used Barry Allen because Barry Allen is in New 52. We ain't getting that. You know what I'm saying? But like this is more of a Wally West character, the way that he is. But I love the fact that he actually had to tell himself to break the rule to save the day. If Flash did not break the rule, they failed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like if he didn't break the rule, they failed. So he's like, you need to break the rule. You need to break it right now. And then he just goes into, and people say, oh, well, I don't understand why he runs like that. And I'm like, okay, look, sucker. Let's go ahead and end this now. One dude said, I'm a track star and I wouldn't run like that. You don't run at light speed. I don't think you just keeping your hands that close to your body helps you through light speed. You might have to cut through this air. You have to cut through this stuff. You like the way
ball field.
Yeah, you're in a completely different monster right now. Like you doing track runs, I don't think that's gonna help you right now because you ain't got wind resistance to worry about no more. You got power you cutting through. So you might have to like almost look like you swim running. As weird as that might sound. That he looks like if you look at like people who do the deep dives into the ocean. Like I forget the name of the sport, but they do deep dive, like they dive real deep into the ocean. That's how they move underwater. They almost like cut the water with their hands.
Yeah,
that's where he got that from. Now I'm like that makes sense to me because it's like he's cutting through a world of energy. You know, he's like I gotta get it makes sense. I'm like he ain't a track star. like that's all the information we had at the time. But now I'm like it makes sense to me. He's going through a literal force of energy that we know nothing about. Right. That he's failed at multiple times. That's why his suit like has like the wiring and stuff that tore over because he's been trying to figure this thing out. And this is what he figured out that works. You know what I'm saying? But he runs and everything turns back and you see the walls and the streets and the buildings and everything coming back. Touch Cyborg. Cyborg does a thing. They open it back up. And then we get to the ignorant conclusion of that scrap. You know, we dealt with Superman. We got Superman coming back too and doing that doggone the best T-pose I've ever seen in any cinema. It's like I ain't seen nothing better than that. Homeboy just flew up real majestic like and they had to pan behind him and show the sun. Like, I said, y'all suckers. Y'all done messed me up all emotionally now. I was like, Hope is back. He's just like,
Hope is back.
I like how it mirrored like his first flight in Man of Steel too.
Yes, sir.
It was like a complete mirror of that, him coming back.
Yeah, but we got like literally they just wrecked Steppenwolf, and they wrecked him in front of Darkseid.
Man, and when Darkseid, because Wonder Woman. This is the woman I like to see.
Yes,
the ruthlessness of this
killer.
Yeah, I am not dealing with Steppenwolf ever again. These are the last Amazonians you ever killed.
As a young kid say today, she woke up and chose violence. You know what I'm saying? She woke up.
Not just any violence, peak of violence.
She woke up and chose violence.
Since y'all bring it up, you gotta give some love to my boy. One of my unsung heroes in the movie, the side
was the king of shade, man. That sucker was
why haven't you found the other mother boxes?
It's like, sucker, you got 50,000 more worlds to get to. What were you talking about? You found it. He's like, you found an anti-life equation. It's like he was cussing in a whole other language. He was like, Darkseid, this dude to find an anti-life equation, and Darkseid pop up, and he get a little bit of glory. But at the end, Darkseid just sitting there like. Head roll into the thing. I told you. I'm like, dude.
and then, they do Steppenwolf so dirty, like Superman, break his horns off, man. Broke off his horns, man.
Right? I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you, man. Like I saw some people doing this, and I don't know if you guys saw this too, but there was a there was a scene. No, there wasn't a scene. Like I saw people on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, especially women. Thirsting over on Steppenwolf. They're like, I don't know why I'm attracted to this dude. Maybe it's his eyes, his puppy dog eyes. And they say it's puppy dog eyes. Like they said they were attracted to his puppy dog eyes, right? But they brought a good point. So they were like, I'm not the attraction part, but as far as like his character getting sympathy, they're like he in the movie. In the comic book, Steppenwolf is Darkseid's uncle. Let's just go and get out of the way. That's a tension there. Is that he's actually older than Darkseid in the comic books. Yeah. So, but in the movie, I don't think that was in New 52. I don't think that's the case. So he's just a servant that tried to usurp the throne, and then he had to go out and do the 50,000 worlds because he was at belligerent. But he's trying to get his honor back. So you see, we've been raised in the 2000s to respect dudes trying to get their honor. Zuko ruined this for us because Zuko from Avatar Last Airbender ruined this for everybody because we so used to a dude that like, I must do everything to restore my honor, being like turning into a good guy at the end. Well, Just Lee wasn't giving that dude that chance. On the real,
was head chopped off.
bro. I mean, on the real though, when Superman came up into the fight and the boy swung the axe, he was like not impressed. I was like, oh my god! And then they had the audacity, to play his doggone theme. So I'm like, y'all done messed me all up. Oh, like, he just moving up around homeboy like this right here. You know what I'm saying? Just
it makes it bad.
It was disrespectful.
Doing work. Yeah. Stephen was doing work the whole movie today. That whole movie, he was
the dodge. Yeah, Superman's dodge was like epic as hell.
It was so good, man. He's like he
just like follows it with his eyes, like
yeah. He's like, I'm back, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was looking. Like, man, god dang it, I missed this. And he just waxed that dude. He hit that dude so hard.
He smiled. He smiled more than this movie than he did another two combined.
He did. He hit Steppenwolf so hard that sucker bounced up the wall. I mean, you understand? I was like, they bullied Steppenwolf. I was like, this is bully tactics now. Superman just boom, boom. I'm like, Superman, he had enough, man. He's done, man. He's down. Superman like. What was I was watching the RDC World, and it was one where he was talking about how the old people beat up on the young characters, and one of the guys was like, man, no, he's a case of child, man. He's had enough. It's like, nah, man, he ain't had enough. And he just kept swinging on him. That's how I felt. Yeah, like fight back. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt like Superman was treating Steppenwolf, like fight back while he's stomping him out. Burn his horn up, fight back.
And then he didn't even have. And then once he get his head clean cut off, Darkseid give him
that nice crew cut.
Yeah, man. Look, man. Darkseid was like, man, god dang it. That's like you could tell like just from the foot stump. He looked, and it was dope too because when he looked through that portal, it was if you go back and look at the first one when he was on the ship, it's almost the same shot.
Yep.
Yeah, like as far as like the heroes when the ship was leaving. I was like,
oh yeah, bro.
I said, I missed that. I missed that. But like Superman's stoic looking through the portal directly at him was like, boy, I was like, that is powerful. Because Superman don't even know who this dude is. He don't know who this cat is. He just woke back up. He's like, who this cat is? Superman's looking through the portal like, yeah, I did that to your homie. One of them looking through the portal like, you see this blood on this sword sucker? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like Barry Allen and Flash in the background, like, I need something to eat. You know what I'm saying? On the real, look at his character. He was looking like, I just need something to eat, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I need some fries. You got some fries?
You gonna
eat them fries? 40
pounds of fries. That sucker, like he's a snack hole. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like that scene was dope because once it was if we had gotten the additional 2 movies where we understand that in order for Batman to stop Superman from turning evil, he put himself in the Batcave and Lois wasn't there. And he dies. That's what Zack Snyder was going to do. He's going to kill the Bat. That joint is crazy to me. I was like, wow. And apparently they were going to name the baby because Lois is pregnant at the end of this movie.
Oh yeah, they teased the hell out of that.
They did. You know what I'm saying? And Bruce being like, congratulations. That boy is going to be named Claude. Is going to be named Bruce. That was the whole theme was around Batman literally being saved by hope and getting his faith restored in humanity, his faith restored back and saving people. And then him literally the biggest turnaround in like skits Tony Stark. The biggest like this dude was murdering suckers. Got hope, put a team together to fight something that he didn't know that he could fight. And then is willing to throw his life away, not even to make the winning play. He wasn't like Tony Stark made a winning play. You know what I'm saying? Like by grabbing the Infinity Stones. Right? But I'm like, he made a winning play. Batman wasn't even make the winning play. He was just gonna die. That's what Zack Snyder's gonna write that into the story. But Bruce Wayne died in the Batcave. And I was like, I don't want to see that. I want to see it, man. I'm like, I want to see how we get there.
Touching on what Bobby said earlier, man, what the people who have the control over the stuff we like are just a bunch of suits, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having suits because you need somebody with business acumen to actually make money.
You need somebody with money.
Yeah. They don't know what to actually process us and give us. One, we are totally fine with a 4-hour cut as long as we can watch it in the comfort of our own home. Now, I don't want to be around like 100.
No, I ain't doing it in no theater, bro. But I ain't doing no theater, man.
If it's at the crib, That's perfect for me.
Yep.
But these new ideas, these new ideas that are still grounded in the characters that we know and the characters in the way that we think they would act is what we want. I would love to see Clark Kent's son actually become Batman in his own way. That's a fresh idea, and that could even work in a comic book. Just flat out.
That would be ignorant, man. Can you imagine that?
There's a reference to that in the comics because Nightwing got his name from Superman.
There you go. Yeah.
So dealing with like Darkseid, I would love to see Snyder actually take Darkseid further. You know what I mean? Like take it further. What he would do with that. I mean, just think of what his potential is right now. Hell, they might need to make another Earth. They might need to make Earth 3.
You dang right, man. I think that's why they got that Val Zod lined up. They're like, well, look, man, we just gotta go ahead and abandon this time.
Yeah, exactly.
But if that's the case, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with them doing the Val Zod. But if they like J.J. Abrams, I don't trust them. I don't trust J.J. Abrams. So we ain't gonna get into reasons why. That's a Star Wars episode that we have to do why we don't trust J.J. Abrams. But J.J. Abrams on Superman, I stop. You fine, Ed. Okay, it's cool. I can feel it through the microphone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's I don't trust him to do anything superhero related. I don't trust that dude. Did Star Trek, ruined it. That dude did Star Wars, ruined it. That dude did what was the old show? Lost. That show has no ending. They're like, what does it? It doesn't have an ending.
It's because he also relies on that really terrible screenwriter too. The one that wrote most of the episodes for Lost. Guy, what's his name? He's wrote everything that he's ever done.
I can't remember the dude's name.
Oh God! Anyway, he's not important, so I don't like him. But they rely on him to do everything, and he is not a good screenwriter. He can't write an ending. He doesn't know. Like the concept for Lost, the first season was great.
Yeah,
nobody knew what was going on. It was perfect.
You didn't either.
I had no idea. I remember like the hype for that when it first came out. Like people were talking about. They were like trying to figure out what the monster was.
I didn't like the
what
show.
The monster was.
To me, it felt like Signs, and I hate Signs.
But like, you gotta admit the hype for it was like unreal because people talked about it.
They did the same thing to Signs. See, I'd already been forewarned.
But then after season one, they had no idea what they were doing.
That was saying like
no
so.
Idea.
But
plus, I didn't like the character Kate either.
They're gonna hand DCEU to J.J. Abrams.
No.
So that's actually next step. Next step is because Zack Snyder's gone, they've already paid on J.J. Abrams. So J.J. Abrams is coming in with a new Superman movie, and they're gonna be doing a couple other things, and it's gonna be his verse. It's gonna be the Abrams verse.
They don't need a verse though. We don't need a verse.
Yeah. So but they're gonna make one because they didn't pay. They didn't pay. They didn't gave him money, so they're gonna have to do something like this. So I mean, and they'll say like what we are right now with the Snyder Cut and Snyderverse. I really do believe this is it. I don't see WB bending the knee because they're gonna feel like the fans have won. They don't want the fans to win. Like we've already won once. That's enough for you.
The only saving grace that we have a chance of getting more of the Snyderverse is if AT&T steps in again.
Yeah.
And says, y'all got to do this.
Yeah.
Because that's the only reason we got the Snyder Cut was because AT&T stepped in.
HBO
that's the
Max.
only reason.
Yeah. HBO Max is not like. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
That's basically it. Like, it's just going to be them stepping in and saying, "Hey."
I think what'll probably end up happening is they'll finish it.
You think they're gonna finish it?
Yeah, because they'll keep it on HBO Max. Like it ain't gonna be what I want because what they probably going like how you say J.J. Abrams already paid, so that's what DC is more or less probably pointing out.
Yeah,
that we done spent too much money. Contracts, films are already being shot and stuff. So we can't just stop. We can't stop I'm just throwing some stuff out there. Like if Wonder Woman's already been started, Aquaman started. We can't stop all these films and just scrap it for Zack Snyder's version.
They're not gonna do that.
I can see HBO coming in with AT&T and saying, "Hey, y'all like that? Well, how about we come in and give you 4 more hours of that on this TV platform? Yeah, and then we'll keep all the movie stuff going at the movie theater."
Yeah. I'd be 100% fine with that.
Yeah, same way.
Do that.
I can see that.
They've already said, which makes sense. They've already said that the Snyder Cut is decanonized because because they've already overlapped it with 84 and with Aquaman, the Aquaman movie. It's become the canon because now if you watch the way that he left in Aquaman left in Snyder Cut, it actually ties into the Aquaman movie, but I don't want to tie into the Aquaman movie. Like for reasons that I will disclose in a whole, because I enjoyed it the first time I watched it, and then I was like, oh buddy, it's an action comedy movie, and I was Aquaman is probably one of the most serious characters in DC. Do not do this to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that was because I'm like, you got Jason Momoa, who could have been Lobo. We ain't getting that. You know what I'm saying? We had Jason Momoa, who could have been Lobo, to be Aquaman. You don't waste this man's talent. This dude was freaking was a Dolph Rocky. You thinking that he can't pull off no goddamn Aquaman? That can go that far to rip a dude's tongue out of his freaking mouth? You think he can't go that far?
But the problem with this too, also what they're doing with the Aquaman thing is they have DC has been the DC Comics. I've been getting away from the movies.
Yeah,
have been spending so many years trying to bring Aquaman away from the Family Guy jokes of him talking to fish.
Yeah.
They've been trying to paint that picture for so many years, trying to say Aquaman's not that kind of person. He's serious. He's got good stories. He's got good villains. They've been trying to paint this. Now because they're trying to do the Marvel formula, he's back to cracking jokes.
And talking to fish. I mean, go ahead, bro.
What people don't realize about like it's all how you paint heroes and how you tell their stories. Because theoretically, Aquaman is king of the earth.
Yes,
I mean 80% of the earth is water, and he's king of it.
So one of his, just to interject, is one of his abilities, because we're all water types. Yeah, he can give people seizures.
Yeah, well, you see
with the ability.
Does.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying in the Snyder cut where she's sucking the water out of
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, right?
Yeah,
sucking it.
Yeah. It's almost gangster. I was like, it's like they act like the earth is 2% water.
And here's something else to add too now. Like the Aquaman you get, fighting Steppenwolf is not fully powered.
That's right.
Because he's not king of Atlantis yet.
He's not yet.
He don't even have his king armor or his
trident.
Right.
He ain't got none of that.
Right.
He got none of that. Yeah. That was saying like and that's crazy. Like the introduction that they gave him in the Aquaman movie as the king was dope. I'll give him props for that. I like how he showed up on a freaking monster and was just like commanding everything to like do what he told to do. I was like, nah, that's a king move right there, Bo. But then other parts of it just felt campy and weird. I was like,
then the color grading was like,
color grading was Marvel Ant-Man and a Wasp-esque. You know what I'm saying? I was just being like literally that's how I felt. I felt like I was in the quantum realm the entire movie. I was like,
look at Amber Heard's hair like in Zack Snyder's cut. It's like kind of like
pause on the Enigma's Unchained podcast. The heaven's name is not to be mentioned. So she who shall not be named.
Mira, let's go back. Let's go over her character. Yeah.
She who shall not be named had red hair.
she had red hair, but it was like subtle, kind of like
it was cartoonish,
blonde. Like it was like blonde color in like a Zack Snyder cut. Then you go into Aquaman, and it's like bright red.
Yeah, it's literally like really like, and I'm just being real because this is from my own content. It's fruit punch red, Kool-Aid fruit.
It looks more like a wig.
Yeah. It really, it was. I was like, this is wrong. And then I remember because me, Mitchell, and one of our homies, Pooh, shout out to Pooh, man. That's our dude, Food Buddha. You know what I'm saying? Like we all went to go watch it, and we was just wilding out the theater. And Pooh hated it. He was like, he looked at it. He said, "Look at her hairline." He just pointed and said, "Look at her hairline, bro." And I didn't see it in the movie theater. And then I got the movie, and I was like, "Oh my god, man! Whoever did her hairline need to be fired," because like you can see it peeling in that final fight.
Oh god.
I was like, who let this pass quality? Oh my goodness. Y'all got Willem Dafoe in this movie. Don't make him become Dafoe in this movie. To y'all for messing this thing up. But yeah, that's but that's and then we got the last thing we'll talk about will end. The epilogue. We got the dream sequence finally.
Right, you know, man. It was done right.
It was done right. It felt like there was nothing left. You know what I'm saying? Like literally Mira had a tank of water on her person to keep her alive. That joint was crazy. And that's also a weapon. So it's like her energy is something to keep her alive and her weapon. And she also got Arthur's trident because apparently it's either Superman murked that sucker. Superman murked him. And she's like, I'm gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying? So we had that situation. Then you finally got the reveal of the goddamn Joker. And I was sitting here just like, why we got that tattooed Joker when we could have had this Joker? I'm confused.
I loved all the fish puns.
Yeah, it was great.
My little fish stick, or
he called her smelly, man. I was on the floor laughing. I was like, God dang, does she actually smell? I was like,
that goes to
according to JD, she does.
They had a lot. Is that this movie kind of writes every DC role because Leto, man, it totally changed how we perceive this dude from us being utterly disgusted with his performance to saying, hey, bro, let's have a conversation with you sitting beside Jack. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It spanned in like 20 minutes.
Yes.
In 20 minutes, it changed exactly how we view this dude, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not expect that to happen. I expected to feel the same way I always felt about his Joker. Like, hey, it's just something to throw away. But they did an excellent job with that. And that just shocked me, man. That was probably one of the most shocking things in the whole movie.
There's the fact that go ahead.
Yeah, like they're back and forth. Like, just it felt like they had a history.
Yeah, it felt real. That was saying it didn't feel like I said Dark Knight. No offense, no. I just the Joker carried that scene because Bill.
Every time Bill spoke in those movies, it just pulled me out.
Yeah, it did. He's like, you're a madman. You're a madman. I'm like, who cares what you're saying? Let the Joker talk.
It doesn't sound good whenever he's like talking normal, like trying to I think he did better in Batman Begins with the voice because like when he did talk, he kind of had like that kind of whisper, but it was like a little gravelly, but it wasn't as bad as it was in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. And those, it's just comical. Him trying to have a serious conversation with Jim Gordon, and I'm just waiting on Jim saying, "Bro, like,
what are you saying?
You good? Like, are you sick? Like, what's going on?"
Pepper, here goes some holes. You know what I'm saying?
If they wanted to, they could have got some product placement right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Batman, here goes some Ricola. You know what I'm saying? Figure that out real quick. But on the real, like Joker versus the Batman in that conversation, and the Joker like just finding ways to antagonize Batman. He was just peeling away at the armor because he already knows this dude Bruce Wayne now, so it don't even matter no more. He's like, how about a truce, Bruce? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll be the bigger man. You know, like he was so, and then Batman it was so dope because Batman was like, and when I kill you, and oh trust me, I will fucking kill you. I'm gonna make sure that it's done. So, and your boy was shaking.
Oh yeah,
anger and fear. And he was literally, and that wasn't, I like the fact that he even had to steal his own heart. He was like, you almost got me. You know what I'm saying? He had to like literally steal because he felt that. He was like hate and fear. You could see it in his eyes. And he was like, you almost got me. You almost got me. I'm like, I don't know, Joker. I think he meant what he just said, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I like that. That was, like I said, the most authentic Joker Batman exchange I've seen in cinema.
The line like, why are you gonna send a boy Warner to do a man's job? I was like,
how y'all felt about that? By the way, how he like just kept peeling at the scab wound of Robin in that conversation. I literally thought Batman was gonna toss that sucker off a cliff. I was like, I don't know, man. This dude might be dead next. I don't know if he gonna make it.
It was the best way I can really say it is it was like two people, at least in this is to me, it was like two people that have been apart for like a really long time, got back together, and every emotion they ever felt, like in love or hatred, they just boom, I got a problem with you, you got a problem with me, let's air it out, right here. We gonna do this for everybody, we gonna do this for everybody.
Yeah,
that's what the mural was like
it's awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like Destro looking like, is this the Batman? He was like literally like, are we finished yet? Oh, he was Birdman. Are we done? Or are we finished? You know what I'm saying? that was the Deadpool. I mean, not Deadpool. Destro like, are we done? Or are we finished? Can we be done now?
And that Harley Quinn line, man.
Oh, bro, that was rough, man. That's it. So you killed Harley Quinn? I mean, I had to compute. I'm like, Batman, did you murder this chick then in the Nightmare universe? Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this ain't the Injustice universe. This ain't it. No, somebody told me we want the Injustice. This is not Injustice, bro. Injustice, they stood a chance.
This one, they're barely sneaking by.
They're bad. I mean, when Superman landed, I was like, they're dead.
They done. That's it.
I was like, there's like Flash looking like, I need to go ahead and jump to another time zone.
All right, Barry, you did it before. Let's do it again.
Bear, look, he told me to he saw his helmet closed. I'm like, he about to leave, y'all.
Put the visor down.
He was like, I'm about to leave all y'all suckers. Forget this. Run, Bear, run.
I'm out.
Run, Bear, run.
Boys, be easy.
He's like, I'll love you again in another timeline. Boom. Just go back, do it again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like as a Martian Manhunter showing up at the end, nice touch. Though I will say that Martian Manhunter finessed the Earth for probably 50, 60 years. He's straight.
Don't worry, I got you next time.
He flat out finessed the planet Earth. He was like, oh, y'all done had Kryptonians show up, Doomsday show up, Lex Luthor was acting all crazy, and aliens show up. Them ain't threatening enough. Lois Lane almost giving up hope, though. That is threatening enough. So let me go holler at her. I will
say I didn't really like his him being the one talking to Lois and during that scene with Martha, because that completely cut out all that emotion that they had. Yeah. I think that could have been two reasons. One, it ruined the surprise of Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Who it was. Two, it completely just undermined that emotional scene between Martha and Lois, and it's just like, you're lying to her.
Yeah.
I hated. That's the only thing I hate. I hated that scene.
That's fair, because I felt similar. Well, I was like, they could have actually done another scene where it was actually the general talking to her. You know what I'm saying? And he's flipped into Martian Manhunter, float away or something like that. I think they could have done that, but yeah, that was my gripe. You know what I'm saying, with that joint. So ratings, people, ratings. What are you on out of 10? Where you put it at?
Kind of tough, man, because when I think about this movie, the old version always just sticks to my mind. It always just, because I guess it just has the same name, Josstice League.
The Joe Sweeting.
It just sticks, man. And I keep thinking about how much I hate this movie, how I hated that movie, how much I love this cut, and I found myself trying to find a medium, and for what they did with Cyborg, for what they did with the epilogue, and for the fact that everybody got their own shine and they got everything fleshed out, I gotta give it a 9.5. I really do. I gotta give it 9.5. I think probably the only reason why I don't give it a 10 is because Steppenwolf was a good villain, but he wasn't a perfect enough villain for me to give it a perfect score. Okay, that's fair. I think if they would have did a little bit more on Darkseid, maybe if he would have stepped out the portal and just started handing out them ass whoopings, I think he had given a little bit more. But he didn't do that, because I thought that was going to happen. I was like, man, I thought I was going to have a rough tomorrow.
Superman would be the only man of tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's the only reason why I don't give it a perfect score, because I didn't get that part. But other than that, man, it's as close to perfect you can get in a goddamn superhero movie.
Yeah. Darkseid handing out soft serves, man. I don't know, bro. I mean, that movie would have been 5 minutes long if he came to a portal.
Hey, especially if you hit with the beams, yo. The beams are It's the
oh,
man.
yes.
I don't know why we didn't talk about the Omega Beam. The Omega Beam that he hit underwater with literal lightning precision underwater.
And the outline was of the Omega outline too.
It was.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was gangster, man. I was like, this is it. Like, we actually got to see the Omega Beam. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So who? Anybody else? Like, let's.
I'll give him mine. Matt, we're continuing a trend that we've been continuing in the past few reviews. I'm lower than you again.
God damn. That's not how this dynamic works, man.
When we first started this podcast, I was giving out the higher scores and Matt was giving out the low scores. That was like we were like role reverse, man.
I'm saying it sharp. You Skip Bayless. Act right.
I'm giving it an 8.5.
Okay.
And it's because of like there's a few reasons. One, that whole Martha scene, the thing that we just talked about, that's one major gripe right there. That just kind of messed that whole.
I'm gonna be real. I actually skip every time I watch the movie. I skip that scene. Like on the real, I actually I'm like,
I just can't.
It was unnecessary to me. I was like, we didn't even need this scene at all.
Yeah.
If that was going to be the end, so I understand that. Yeah.
That was just nothing against the lens, nothing like that. I just feel like one thing too. Iris West, they never mentioned her. We never got a name drop. We never got anything of that. We know it's her because she got cast as that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like she was there, but she wasn't really there.
Mm-hmm.
And also the fact too that this is a movie that we're setting up for. The original idea was to set up for future sequels that we'll probably never see.
Yeah.
And that's really disheartening to me because I want to see more.
That's fair.
So I'm giving it 8.5.
Okay. Cool.
It may change in the future, but right now.
Yeah.
Still a good movie though. I highly recommend it.
I don't watch the second about 4 times. I'm not even gonna say it in front.
I'm gonna. Have you seen it in the Justice's Gray version yet?
That's next. I'm gonna do that in the next couple of days. So I'm gonna watch that joint in Justice Gray because I already know it's gonna look good. It's like the aesthetic for it and the coloring and stuff like that is gonna match it. It's gonna work well. So yeah, I look forward to doing that. So we got a 9.5 and 8.5. Ice and Steels. What y'all got? Talk to me.
I give it a 9. You know, yeah, I mean, it could be a 10, and it's not the fault of the movie. I think it kind of goes back to what Matt was saying. Like, you know, there's always going to be the one before it. Mm-hmm. And then, you know what I'm saying, then you start kind of figuring out that, you know, Zach was dealing with DC at the same time, too, at Warner Brothers. So there's some things in it that could have been better. But, I mean, as far as, like, superhero movies, it's probably my favorite. Like, the one I've seen personally. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. So I actually give it a 9 as well, not a 9.5. And I think it was mostly because like actually a combination of what you guys were saying, which is you know, if it felt like I was watching the last bit of food that you wanted to eat disappear. As wonderful as it is, you know you'll never be able to have that dish again. Mm-hmm. And then that feeling, you know, at the end, especially like, and first off, all shout out to your boy. I always forget his doggone first name, man. But he's a guy who played Silas Stone. And he was also in Terminator, the creator. He was the creator of Skynet. He was in Scandal. He was in Different World. You know what I'm saying? He's normal, right? What's his name?
I had it written down, man.
You good, man? I can't remember his name off the top of the dome, man. But like it's like it's not Joe. It's Joe Morton. Joe Morton. Yep. Yeah, Joe Morton. Just he was that dude was a thread that held this story together. You know what I'm saying? And like even like his death. Somebody talking about his death was meaningless. I'm like, it was not meaningless.
Not at all.
It was not. It was probably one of the most impactful movie deaths I've seen because he's a smart man, and he knew he couldn't beat Stephen Wolf, but he knew that if he overheated the core, that it wouldn't be no place on the planet homeboy could have had that. And they had been teasing at the whole movie that this laser can shoot a beam that heats things up close to like the core's heat. You know what I'm saying? So it would look like a miniature core is sitting on Earth somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He knew that. He knew that was his only way of making that connect. In fact, they had him do like the outro to the movie on a tape recorder. Beautiful.
Oh yeah,
absolutely beautiful, man. I was like, this feels like we just saw heroes literally be made into whole. And in a scene where Flash is running and he finally smiles and he throws his arms out while he's running. Yeah, he T-poses. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's running like I'm actually free to run. And I was like, these are powerful moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have to bump it up to 9.5. Bump it up to 9.5. I mean, like, only my only real gripe was the Martha scene where Martian Manhunter was Martha, because that just felt conniving instead. And I think, and you could attribute that to the Martian Manhunter, but he's been on Earth too long. He know better.
Too. Also, in Zack Snyder's defense about all the Martian Manhunter stuff, he didn't really want it to be Martian Manhunter. He wanted it to be Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
His original pitch was to do it, but Warner Brothers once again said no.
Stupid. You know what I'm saying? They did not understand that we could have had Jon Stewart.
Yeah, he wanted Jon Stewart.
He did. He was casted. He had Common. He had Common, and I forget, it wasn't Idris because Idris was already in MCU. And it was somebody else, and I was like, either one of them would fit. But yeah, like, you know, just the to me, like the pacing of the movie did not bother me at all because I understood that we were going through an epic. And if you watched Excalibur, this is Excalibur. This, if you watch the Excalibur movie back in the day, this is Excalibur. You know what I'm saying?
This is like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there's like
not The Hobbit.
Yeah. No. We ain't
not The Hobbit.
We talking about early Peter Jackson.
The Hobbit. You can watch theatrical version and it's better.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm like I would give it that rating because it's the best comic book movie ever made. Period. There ain't been a comic book movie made better than this movie. And I agree with Young Ripper when he said, you know, look, if you're going to make movies for comic books for the future, it has to look like this. And if it don't look like this, don't make it. Because if the stakes in the movie made sense, they were not egregious. Like Tony Stark cracking jokes for like 90% of the movie, that all of a sudden his face gets stoic and now he's serious. No. Just because you stop cracking jokes don't mean that you're serious. Screw you. You know what I'm saying? So I like that particular perspective, it was like people were in grave danger the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? Like that, there's room for that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to laugh the entire movie, every single movie we watch. So 9.5, man. I love them. I love the movie. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch the Josstice is Great version of it as well. And we're gonna do that. But guys, thank you for joining me. This went on. What's up, bro?
Before we close it out, real talk, I think, at least myself personally, I think I owe Ray Fisher an apology because my man was the first person to sound the horn.
He said, bro. He been shouting from the heavens that this thing was done wrong, right? And I remember hearing him, and I was listening to people give commentary about the situation. I was like, nah. I said, hold on. I said, listen, if he can't show you evidence, 9 times out of 10, he's in a court trial. If he's in a court trial, he can't just go out showing evidence off. So I'm like, then you saw that there was actually an investigation. I'm like, okay. And you know they ain't going to release that to the public for no time soon because it's for a corporation. How in the world you going to get it? It's like Disney telling you that they had $1 billion missing last year. You ain't going to see the full report from that until like probably 2025. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that information. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you ain't getting that information right now. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, we'll see the actual investigation on Jeff Johns and Josh Whedon and Hamada and them. You know, we'll see that later on. But the fact that what he was saying, we saw it in the doggone movie. Every single scene,
it's true, man,
with a Latino, Asian, or a black person in it was cut from the goddamn movie, except for Cyborg and Silas Stone. But it was dramatically reduced to the point where they had no form of significance on the story at all. And that joint was wrong.
It was.
That joint was wrong. It's like, there's no other way to really cut that. It's freaking wrong. It's like, it's a wrong take. How the way you going to get $300 million and say, you know what, this extra 15 minutes of cyborg footage that we got here, yeah, I'm just going to go and lock that off. And I'm going to cut that out. You know what I'm saying? And then Josh Whedon had the audacity to go Hanna-Barbera on us, man. You know, in the Josstice League, this sucker literally put the last image that we got of Cyborg and his daddy is him transforming his suit to look like the Cyborg from the 1980s. Let that sink in.
It's not even talking about the Booyah stuff.
Man, you know, so somebody was like, well, he always said, like, no, that's your Teen Titans creeping in. He never said Booyah until Teen Titans.
That's it. That is the.
He doesn't even say Booyah in the New 52 comics.
He doesn't. It's a Teen Titans thing. That's it. It's Teen Titans. There's a Teen Titans thing. That's it. There's nothing else but Teen Titans. You know what I'm saying? But like, because that's the only place that you got to go to, then I guess that's all you think that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But,
well, you know, it was easier for him to watch, you know, Teen Titans cartoons as it was to actually read a comic book.
That's a fair statement to make. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, Ray Fisher, he needs some respect put on his name, and they're not gonna hire him again. They're not gonna hire him again.
That's sad.
They're not gonna hire him again.
One of his characters was one of my favorite things about this movie, like his relationship with Barry.
Yeah,
their relationship was like. It was something like, you know, it was true bromance.
Yeah, for
real. They cared about each other.
Yeah, there was homies, man. No,
it wasn't forced like it was in the oh my god, how you say that? Josstice cut.
Josstice. It's like Joss League. Like it's like his
Josstice
name.
League.
It's like his name is Joss, so it's Josstice.
Josstice League. It wasn't forced like it was in that. Like that scene where he created that fake tension right before they were going to try to resurrect Superman, where they were like all fighting with each other.
About that, I forgot about that joint.
He tried to do that fake tension with that and everything like that, and I'm like, that's stupid.
It was stupid.
But I want to give out two shout outs too. One with Tom Hockenborg finally getting released his score. There's a whole article I read about that where he literally he got crapped on about this whole thing. He had one meeting with Joe Sweet. One meeting. He didn't vibe with him because Joe Sweden was literally talking crap about Zack Snyder's movie. And he literally told me, he's like, dude, that's my friend you're talking about. Mm-hmm. And he said, and so he called up Zack that night and told him, so, you know what, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't think I can do this for him. He wakes up to a call the next morning saying that he was already replaced by Danny Elfman.
That's crazy.
So him coming back, actually getting to do his score that he wanted to do. And also, you know, too, for the fact that, you know, Zack Snyder finally at least getting his redemption to do his vision after having to go through that trauma about his daughter.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's yeah.
Like the reason why he stepped down was because he literally saw how pointless it was for him to fight this fight because his family was in dire need.
Yep.
That takes a real man to do.
Yeah, I mean, he stood away from millions of dollars to take care of the fam. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not I don't think that any other, if another person say had that situation, that was like, oh, you know, we just gonna stick to it and fight through it. But I'm he tried. He tried. It was. I mean, I was like, I couldn't even put myself in that position to process that. So, yeah,
there's a good article.
Yeah,
about that too, where he literally they talked about him. He still mixes up the tenses between his daughter when he talks about her.
Yeah,
that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, he actually had monikers inside of the actual movie. You were not alone. You know what I'm saying? The people thought he was talking about the aliens, but that was actually like against suicide. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's something that when people watch these movies, the theme is actually hope. Yes. You get served these insurmountable odds that you can't beat, but there's still hope. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that if a person is going to be coming to these movies, it's not so dissociated with reality like the MCU is. You know, it's just like fun and games and gags and a couple people are angry at each other, and then there's really no lesson to really be learned from most of these movies. It's just like, oh, we just gonna go out and save the day. But in Snyder's movies, he's literally showing you what it looks like without hope, what it looks like when hope is taken away, and then what it looks like when you get it back. That's Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and then the Justice League Snyder cut. It's showing you the three stages. You know what I'm saying? It's trilogy of hope. You know what I'm saying? After the House of L, which means hope. You know what I'm saying? So y'all think that's a perfect way to end the doggone podcast. So that was the ENigma's Unchained podcast, and I had Geek Syndrome, Steals Forever, and I want you guys to plug yourself before we leave, real quick. So I'll start with Steals Forever this time. Go ahead and plug yourself, and then Geek Syndrome, you do that, and then we'll close.
All right, it's your boy Steals Forever, aka the King of Geeks. You can catch me on youtube.com/Steals4Ever, and you can catch me on Facebook Gaming.
All right, geeks.
All right, guys. So once again, I'm back.
And my med.
And so we do have the Geek Syndrome podcast. We're expanding and we're growing every single day. Follow us on all your major platforms. Like I say, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen, you'll be able to find us. We're also on a lot of social media platforms. We got a lot of plans for the future. And I'll let Ed plug the rest of that stuff.
All right. So yeah, we're a podcast that lives off of geek culture. I'm working on that tagline, but
good job, bro.
Yes, thank you. I've never had someone be so proud of me in my whole life. We have our Instagram. We have our Instagram, which is Geek Syndrome Inc. EunC. We have our Facebook, which is just Geek Syndrome. You can find us there. We were trying to get a lot more people kind of like getting on board with those. Our social media is kind of lacking a little bit, but we're getting there. We do have a TikTok, but we discussed this in our WandaVision episode. I think we're too old. We're too old, man. We need to pay a 20-year-old to do it.
Yeah, man. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a YouTube one day that's coming soon. I'm not sure when.
It'll happen.
But that's us. Follow us. We talk about geek culture stuff, and we do have a lot of things coming in the pipeline soon. So
cool. So, and this is T-Nigma with ENigma, who's on ice, and right now we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You just look us up at Enigma's EunC. We also have a website, enigmasunc.com. We also got a WordPress that's more for discussion as well, that we have attached to it's on Enigma's EunC.wordpress.com. If you guys want to jump in and watch an episode, but also want to comment and have some commentary, talk back and forth with us. So we're open for conversation. We also just started the Enigma Collective, which is a Facebook group as well. So if you guys are on there and you're looking for us, just type us in. You can join our group, and we'll be discussing episodes and themes and stuff like that as we go along. But once again, we've got to say a great big thank you, because this year has been phenomenal. This even though 2020 was hard, we into 2021, looking at the course of the year, the creativity that burst out, from 2020 due to necessity is just dope. But, we really thank you guys for sticking with us. We got some more WrestleManias coming up soon. So we'll be doing our WrestleMania tragedy. WrestleMania review. But it's going to be a tragedy. So definitely stay tuned to us, and remember, solve those enigmas. Do not leave them unsolved, and make sure, at least for the time being, if you're being vaccinated, to cover your face up and wash your filthy hands.